Hi friends, this is Suzy, your gaming guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 413 in Candy Crush Saga. If you find these videos helpful, I would ask that you consider liking and subscribing. That in turn would really help me out. So this is a special dedication to PhoneThip, who has let me know that they've reduced the number of moves on this board. They've done a little bit with the construction of the board as well, but this is the biggest problem. I think we used to have 45 moves. We now have 29, and not a great deal of changes to be helpful in here. This is now a hard level. We can tell by the skull and the purple. We've got to collect 10 ingredients. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the board already, a mix of hazelnuts and cherries. Now, it's not showing any dispensers, but to me that's just a glitch in graphics. They haven't filled it all in. Obviously, we're going to have to get those ingredients from somewhere. Sometimes it's dependent upon how many turns we take. Like every 5 turns we'll get a new one. But in these cases, it's usually we have to collect one to get one. There can be differences to the board. There can be, normally that's the case. If we get rid of one, we will collect one, but then if we haven't gotten rid of one in 10 moves, we'll still get more on the board. We'll just have to wait to see what happens. Now, there's this lattice work here, and we've got some specials wrapped in marmalade. If I can reach down there, that would be wonderful. If this stripe were actually aimed better, either to help take an ingredient down or to hit one of these, I would make it as a stripe. But because it's not aimed well, I'm going to go for a wrapped and hope to set it up with a stripe. And then these ingredients are going to be in my way, but I'm going to try to work around them. I'm going to try to get through as many of these blockers as I can to get to the good stuff here. So now I've got the opportunity to set off this wrapped candy before this ingredient comes down, and I think that's going to help immensely. I'm tempted to do this move first, which would help open up this area. I might lose this, but if I lose it, it's going to be because this gets struck, and that's my ultimate goal anyway. Well, I guess this could slide down and prohibit it, but it still would be valuable. I'm going to go ahead and go for this. I see that the benefit outweighs the risk in this. I could do this, which would put the orange together and drop this down further. I could do this, which would open this up, but not set it off. I think it's time to do this part. And then this. Ooh, look at this. I think I can construct a color bomb. So instead of taking this move, we lost the purple. If there's any way to get another purple here, we can try to reconstruct it. I can try to bring this down, but I don't have the blue set up right. That's okay, because guess what? This striped wrapped combo I'm going to get is going to be extremely helpful. So I'm going to set this off. Now let me talk about the stripes and wraps. They're going to cut a swath of 3 by 3. They're going to take out 3 columns and 3 rows. And they're going to take out this row because both of them are located here. The row above and the row below. So we're going to have a layer of everything removed from there, and that's going to be wonderful. Now notice these are in different columns, so we can adjust which columns these take out. If I make purple the pivotal color, and I would do that by taking the green and forcing it into the purple, then I would take out this column, and this column. So it would be the purple, the column to the left, and the column to the right. But if I push the purple into the green, I take out this column, the column to the left, and the column to the right. And I have to decide which is going to be more dramatic on this board. Normally I would think pushing it over here because there's this ingredient this way, but I like the way this can come straight down and do some damage here. And I can use this to open this, although it would just be opening it. It wouldn't be setting it off. I'd need another trigger. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is going like this with the purple and seeing if the orange comes down as a color bomb or just as a stripe. I'm going to risk this. I know it's getting more and more dangerous, so I can set up a stripe. There we go. And I'm going to push the purple into the green and choose these columns. Really, I could go either way and be very happy, but I'm going to choose this. Now, remember that these are situated in a horizontal fashion. If they were situated vertically, let's say I had this stripe and this was a wrapped, then I would definitely have this column, the column to the left, the column to the right, and I would be able to choose, was I going to use the red row and the row above and the row below, or the green row, the row above and the row below, by forcing it in one direction or the other. So this is shown as a horizontal setup, but it works vertically as well. So I'm going to push the purple into the green, and you're going to see it's going to take out that column, the column to the left, the column to the right, and look at what wonderful things we have here. All right, so I have the opportunity to make a wrapped, which is really helpful on a board like this, but I'm going to go with the stripe because it should set up as a striped wrapped combo. Now there is a possibility when we have this setup that things might explode, something might trigger something else, and I won't get the combo, and they'll just take off on their own. It's still not a bad choice, but I'm hoping this survives, because now I can work on all of these layers and trigger all of these things that are open and open all of the things that are wrapped up. There we go. We're getting more ingredients down because we're collecting some. I could set this off. It's not a bad move. I could make a wrapped, but I don't see how making a wrapped way up here is going to be extremely beneficial. I have to play the long game, so I have to look at what opportunities exist for me. I like this because it takes this out of the picture and brings another thing in, and then maybe I can work between here and try to get this gone or try to move it over. Moving these over is sometimes valuable. I'm just going to look and make sure that's the best move I have. I could also do a stripe here and then target this area. I could do the wrapped. It would set off the stripe, but I would have a striped wrapped combo, which would take this and then the other columns. Yeah, upon reflection, I do think this is a good move if my striped wrapped holds, and it did. So see, we've got that swath there. And there I didn't really concern myself with which rows I was taking out because it was all going to be approximately the same. Now it wants me to do this. Well, it doesn't want me, it's just suggesting it. It's saying this is an option. If you don't have any other ideas, this is a good one. Or this is an option, not even a good one, just an option. I could do this, which would take out layers here, which I like, or this, not as much because I would want to get both of these. But look over here. I could do this and make a color bomb, and then it would automatically remove a color, which is beneficial because it saturates the rest of the colors. The other thing I could look at is I've got the green almost lined up, but I don't have a way to make a combo, or not just a combo, but a match of 3 to try to bring a green either here, hopefully here, or here. So I'm going to go with this actually. I'm going to let chaos reign and see what the board gives me when I do that. Not bad. It had the effect I was looking for in clearing out some of these things. I could do this and try to make a stripe with the purple, but I think I'm going to hit directly onto these jelly, or these, frosting down here to see what kind of progress I can make. Again, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to collect and hit. I think now actually look at this. This green, if I could drop it down one more, I could make a color bomb, and we've seen how helpful those color bombs are. Or this, if I could bring it down one, and here I can. So let's go for this one. Could I get a purple? Is it worth it to try to get more color bombs? I could end up with a whole bunch of color bombs and no good way to use them up. But if I have 2 color bombs on a board, then I have a greater chance of taking out a color with one and saturating things down so that I can match another one with a special. I think I'm going to go ahead and try this. I'm not going to invest too many turns there. It took 2 turns to get that. And now I think if I could take out red immediately, I would. I can't, but what I can take out is this, and then I can take out purple, Oh, and this didn't match up, but it did take out another color. So it was a concentration of colors, and it set that off. And that's kind of okay. Now I have 3 ingredients. They're all on the board in 3 moves. And this one's pretty tough. I don't think I've made it on this. But I've learned about the board. Every time we play, win or lose, we have the opportunity to learn about the board, or the opportunity to get so frustrated that we just make really crazy moves and don't consider the alternatives that are on the board. And I do that sometimes too. But I've seen now what's required. I see that the new ingredients come when I get these gone. I see that in order to bring these all the way down, I'm going to have to use some of those specials that are here, and I'm going to have to create some of my own and make some big moves. So I'm going to pause the recording, come back with a new board. I'm going to have the microphone turned off in the beginning, but I will bring it back on when I have something else that's important to share. See you in just a bit. Okay, so this started out pretty poor because I want my ingredients to be centrally located, and these were all off to the edges. But I've been compensating by getting some really fun specials here to help me. And now I've got this opportunity to make a combo, and I've got a good saturation of red down here. Now I didn't have a lot of blue down here, and if it had been later in the game, I probably wouldn't have taken it. But I also, everything was all cordoned off, and I knew that a color bomb ramped candy combo was going to open that up and give me better opportunities. The more open area I have, the more real estate, the better my chances of getting some success. Now when I collect those guys off to the edges, then they come in off to the edges. I want to be as centrally located as I can. I've got one more ingredient to come down. I want it to come down in the center, so I'm going to collect in the center. And then, hello, look at this. There, mostly centrally located, and I've got this opportunity. And one of these is going to hit this, right? And it's going to send this off. And then hopefully we've got enough firepower over here. Now I actually know how to tell whether or not we're going to achieve our goals. Because I can tell which direction these are going to go, horizontally or vertically. There's a little trick to it, and I've got a video on it, a tutorial on it, if you need that help. But I know that whichever direction these are going, this is still the best move on the board. Even if it doesn't finish everything we need to have finished, it's going to get us close, and so in the next 10 moves, we're going to be able to finish this off, right? That's the hope. Now I want this down just one more. I need this cleared out. I don't have it. If I do this, This drops down, but I still don't have any green over here, so it's not perfect. I should say I think I can get this done in 10 moves. It's still a struggle, so I'm not really taking any, well, I was taking it for granted, wasn't I? But I'm no longer taking it for granted, and I am paying attention to each and every move I have. If I could do a striped wrapped combo, I could take both these out. I can do a wrapped, but it might be tough to put it together with a stripe. Although since I have 10 moves, I'm going to try. Let's bring it down low. So even if I can't get exactly what I want, I can still try to change this area. I could make another stripe. Would that help? I actually think blowing this up and making a stripe here is going to be more helpful. I'm trying to coordinate my efforts. Oh, look at this. I can make a wrapped candy here, but then I wouldn't be able to put it together. I think what I'm going to do is keep dropping these a bit lower. Oh, that did not help. Well, it may have. If I can set this off, I can clear this out. I don't have any blue around here at all, but I have the opportunity to put something together with this red here. Actually, I was going to make a wrapped candy, but now I don't need it. All I need to do is this, and I've got them both collected. But, you know, it's not easy. That was my 7th playthrough. And remember, I've played thousands and thousands of these levels. And so, to me, putting one that's this difficult down in the 400s is not very nice. But the good news is that if you can beat this level, and you can if you stick with it, you will be learning a whole bunch more about the board. And if you have the opportunity to evaluate why you're not winning, you can start to think of reasons, ways to overcome those reasons, and strategies that will help you. If you have any questions or comments, please put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.